starting your journey to financial freedom. Now, you're listening to the New Investor Podcast.
This is the Young Investor for the New Investor Podcast and the weekend debrief on day 106 on our journey towards financial freedom. Following the last episode, last week was all about focusing on my side venture. Remember that as young or new investors, one of our objectives, aside from actually investing on the markets for the long term, is to open multiple streams of income as well. I believe it is said that millionaires have an average of 7 streams or sources of income. While I can't really verify this figure by any means, it does sound right to me. Now, we also all heard about active income, which is directly tied to the active hours you actually put in at work, and the beloved passive income, which still requires work, believe me, but is not directly tied to the hours you put in. Now, you will get paid, these passive income will get paid to you in small amounts at first, while the majority of the income would come in later, just like dividends or interests. As an example, you own real estate, you will receive rental income passively, but you will need and still require a large amount of work to ensure the rental keeps on coming. All of this is work. There is no income that can be made without lifting a finger. You often hear or read that passive income can be accumulated by sitting on a beach somewhere, not making it happen. Unfortunately, you will be heavily disappointed if you think that is remotely possible. At the current chapter of your journey, we still need a job which you hopefully love or have a certain level of passion for, so that it wakes you up in the morning. That is to cover our living expenses, our clothes, rental, you name it, to ensure we survive in society. For the moment, you will need to spend less than you earn and invest your savings so they grow without your intervention. After a certain period of time building wealth, you will therefore build a net worth, which is basically the value of all your assets minus total of all your liabilities, which what is owned minus what is owed, basically. You would want your net worth to grow over time. It will fluctuate, but ultimately it will need to always keep growing. It will grow when your income exceeds your expenses. The lighter your expenses, the less income you will need to fuel your net worth. Where you choose to live, how you choose to live, and everything else you decide to buy will affect your net worth. I am sure you have sensed until now that you are entirely in control so far. The ultimate objective is for that passive income that you would also have built up exceeds your active income. So you will need to start by accumulating active income through your job, create savings in order to build up those passive resources until it is no longer necessary for you to hold an occupation tied to active income. You can still have both, but I am personally fighting for freedom. What you would focus on doing is to ensure you save more and earn more, so you have serious investment power to build up passive resources in volume and boost your net worth. I believe you need to do both, as what you're able to save will ultimately convert into passive income. Earning more through side ventures is a long-term play, but you can take immediate action on cutting your expenses. That side venture, however, must be started right away, so you can volunteer at a certain point to dedicate yourself fully to it and create active and passive income at the same time. But do not make the mistake of quitting your job right now until you have built a solid base for your side venture. Be sure you can afford to fail as well. That will, in any case, require savings. There are different ways to generate passive income. So you have a business income, which may or may not be passive, but the idea is to build something that generates income without active work, like a website or other online platforms. You would have also interest income from a variety of loans to individuals or companies, such as bonds. Dividend income, which I like very much, from investments or partnership. Capital gains from the sale of investments. Royalties from products you sell or license, and rental income if you own some real estate. On these good words, everybody, absolutely critical for the young and new investors to follow up on. Just like I am, I wish you an active weekend ahead. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and I really hope that it brings you some additional support on your own journey towards financial freedom. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss an episode, and looking forward to your DM and follow on Instagram at New Investor Podcast. In the meantime, stay invested, be patient, and keep playing the long-term game.